Find the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line through the point -3, -4, parallel to the line 6x minus 5y equals 8. So again, we're looking for slope-intercept form like we were in number 5, which is the y equals mx plus b format. Now, one thing we know about parallel lines have the same slope. They have the same steepness, which is what makes them parallel. They're never going to cross one another. And so if it's parallel to this line, we first want to find out what is the slope of this line. And so it will be easiest to turn this into the y equals mx plus b format so that we can easily identify what the slope is. Then we'll be able to move forward with our problem. So I'm going to start by subtracting 6x from both sides because our goal is to solve for y. So we've got negative 5y equals negative 6x plus 8. Then I'm going to divide everything by negative 5. So our slope ends up being positive 6/5 because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And the minus 8/5 over here actually really doesn't matter. That's just the y-intercept of this line, but we're not doing anything more with that. We just needed to figure out what was the slope of that line. So the line they gave us has a slope of 6/5. If our line that we're looking for is parallel to this line, that means that it will have the same slope of 6/5. Okay, so our line that we're solving for, in slope-intercept form, we can fill in what we know so far, which is a slope of 6/5. And I'm going to leave b in there for now as a variable. Leave it as the letter b. It represents the y-intercept. We are solving for that. And so we are going to use the fact that our line passes through the point -3, -4. So we can plug in -4 for y and -3 for x, and that will allow us to solve for this missing part, b, which is our y-intercept. Okay, when we multiply these two here, we can think of -3 as being -3 over 1, multiply across the top, and multiply across the bottom. So this ends up being -18/5. And then to get b by itself, we will need to add 18/5 to both sides. I'm actually just going to write this out as -4 plus 18/5. So in order to add these, we will want to turn -4 into a fraction, so we'll turn it into -4 over 1. And anytime we're adding or subtracting fractions, we need to get the same denominator. So we can multiply the top and bottom by 5, turning this into -20/5 plus 18/5. Once our denominators are the same, we just need to add the numerators, keep our denominator the same. So -20 plus 18 is -2. Keep our denominator the same, of 5. And so that is our y-intercept. So our final answer, we know that our slope is 6/5, and then we're adding -2/5, but you could also just write -2/5 at the end.